All right, here we go.
After the penalty, it's Bell. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
A give to Bell. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You're not ready. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, it's Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First down, it's Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Leopard.
A first down throw, Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Single, slot.
On second down, Dobbs. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but Let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Four down, check, four down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
He's moving, boys, he's moving.
Hot! Hot!
On first down, Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play,
Now,
right?
lucky 56,
Seems like a
lucky
good
56.
idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise
Now,
him and
lucky
catch him off
56,
guard.
lucky 56.
Instead, you created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
48.
Detroit! Detroit!
The give is to Bell. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. This is first and goal from about the 8.
That is right.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now Bell. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead now stands at 13. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And out now, here come the Bengals. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. Here comes Nelson. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at their own 42. They go play action here on first down. Herndon's got it complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45.
Again, it's Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Shit.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Go, go. Run, run, run. Get, baby. Get.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Right there, 56. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Darnold on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Anderson. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They'll run it with Bell. And now running right through it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Detroit. Detroit.
On second down, Darnold. That is incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus
Check,
far.
Patriot,
This is
Patriot.
3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They'll go for it with Bell. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. 319. 319. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know what the heck.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football and catch him off balance.
And he did. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll go again with Bell. And an alley to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And now here's Ross. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Flex round.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for Cincinnati. 59 yards.
Ohio.
On 1st and 10, Dobbs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Carl Lawson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw it, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jordan Leggett, 64 yards. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on. Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and the lead will swell by 1 more.